Happy holidays!
Happy holidays to you and happy holidays to you. Thank you so much for joining us for the Vine Holiday Hour.
That's right, we're at the Edgemont House. Chris H. Olsen is going to be on the show just a little bit later to tell us about this gorgeous home that is decorated for the holidays.
I know, decked out for the holidays, that's for sure.
With Chris H. Olsen now here at the Edgemont House, and it is gorgeous. How many Christmas trees do you have in this house?
I have over 21 trees in this house.
It's beautiful. Yeah, everywhere you look, you see another tree. And they all kind of have a little different flair to them. Yeah. This one is in the kind of the main tree.
Well, you know, we were talking about this tree. It's just real simple. I love to see the actual tree itself, so I don't overdo it with ornaments. But what's cool about this tree, it came pre-lit with the white lights, which I love. And then I took the old-fashioned blue lights because the theme is blue, gold, and silver in this room, and they're inside the tree. I didn't put them on the outside, I kept them on the inside, and that adds more depth to the tree and also lightens up the inside of the tree, which so many times we miss.
Right, and I love how that these ornaments kind of just dangle.
Yeah,
off
everything
the
is dangled. So with that, you got to make sure you have the right tree with the long branches that come out. Otherwise, if it's like a bush, you can't hang anything on it. So that's one thing I did when I found this tree. And then all of these ornaments have some type of color scheme together. So we talked about the silver, the gold, the blues, and I always like to add a little bit of crystal.
Right,
because
little shine.
It reflects the light, especially at nighttime. Gorgeous.
And some of your trees really have a vintage look, I've noticed.
Well, vintage is one of my favorite things because every ornament has a story, and I try to look at it and think, where did it come from? So upstairs, what I call the man cave, we have a tree that is loaded with vintage ornaments, and some of them came with little stories when I bought them at flea markets or garage sales or estate sales, and that's one of my favorite trees, actually.
So many gorgeous trees, even spinning trees.
I have spinning tree. I have one in the your entryway, so you can see it at night with the glass doors. And what's cool about that tree is sometimes you take everything you have left over and you shove it and you cram it, and it works.
I love that. Well, they're all gorgeous, and there are so many, even outside too. You said that people can see it from the interstate. Your tree.
I have a 100-foot Christmas tree. I mean, lights. And you see it from the freeway.
It is gorgeous. So yes, people need to just drive by and see how beautiful it looks outside. And then of course, now you know what it looks like on the inside as well. Welcome back to the Vine, a holiday hour here at the Edgemont House. Just in another room with another beautiful Christmas tree.
There are so many things to see, and we haven't even seen it all yet.
No, not at all, but we have a lot more coming up, like the cottage. Chris recently renovated this home right next door, and we get to actually go inside and check it out.
I am so looking forward to it. Chris, when I think of the holidays, I think of spending time around the table with family and friends, which is why we are in the dining room at the Edgemont House right now.
Right. You know, when it comes to the holidays, you don't realize how much time you do spend in the dining room. And it can be either to eat or just chit chat and talk.
Sure.
So there's a few things when you're doing a table skip you might want to consider. This is one thing I do. I mean, sometimes I have a sit-down dinner, and sometimes I use the table for a buffet.
Yeah.
So what I do is always make my arrangements where they're movable.
Great
and you can
idea.
either shift them on the table or take them off the table without disrupting the actual decorations. So these are real movable, and I always add a little bling bling.
A little bling bling. You wouldn't be Chris H. Olsen
without. It
without.
goes a long way. And of course, you always have to have the candles.
I was about to say, not only do they look pretty, but they smell good as well.
That's exactly right. And then mix and match your furniture if you want. You know, we always think our dining room has to be real traditional. Now, this house is Spanish, colonial, and I have the original table that came with the house.
This is gorgeous.
But to funk it up just a little bit, I added these Z modern chairs.
You would never think to put these together, but it works.
It works because it adds that updated element, which is really important.
Okay, can we talk about behind us, what's going on over here? This is a stunning piece and setup you have.
Well, you know, I love doing a console table. And so what I did here is just one piece of 9-foot garland, pre-lit, and then I just cut ribbon. So I didn't have to go round and round and round it. It's just strips of 12 inches to 18 inches long. And then I mix and match the ribbon. And then one thing I did differently, you know I love tillandsias or air plants.
Air plants. I noticed that. I said, is that an air plant right there in the middle of it all?
Yeah, well, it adds a little gray tinge to contrast the dark green, and it's unexpected. But for some reason, it just works. And then add different ornaments and grape clusters, you're done.
Like you told us earlier, you have 21 trees in your house,
At least.
and you put 2 of them in the dining room.
That's right. Why limit yourself to just 1 tree?
Why?
And so what's cool about this, it balances out the dining room, plus you see them at night through the windows, so it adds a little bit more drama. And these are LED lights, so they use minimal electricity, and you can change the colors. So this year, of course, my look is more blue in the dining room, and next year it could be white, it could be multicolor, who knows? But these trees are relatively simple. It's the ribbon that we had on the console table. I introduced it into the trees, and then I added blue and white ornaments. And if you notice, some of them had a little bit oriental flavor to it. I love that look. And of course, I always have to have a star as a tree topper.
Love that. The more the merrier in this case.
With Christmas, yeah, you can never have too much.
You can never have too much. Chris H. Olsen, thank you so much. Another beautiful room in the Edgemont House.
Thank you.
And hey, we're looking for Chris H. Olsen. Where can he be in this big, big house?
I know, speaking of trouble, right? He is heading over to this beautiful new home that he has turned into a great cottage that we're going to get to see right now.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited to show you the new addition to the Edgemont house, and that is the Edgemont Cottage. This house was next door. It was an orange brick home from the 1950s with a front carport. So I wanted to make it match the Edgemont house, which is Spanish colonial, but also give it kind of an updated twist to it. So what I did is I first smeared the brick with concrete and then painted it white. Just kept the vintage aluminum windows, painted those black, and then created a garage by enclosing the carport. And to give it that little fun feel, I went ahead and did a frosted glass garage door. But what's really exciting is the inside of the house. So let's go inside and let me show you. Now the inside of the house was really dark and dingy, so I painted everything white, keeping with the same theme of the outside as well. And then I kind of gave it a Moroccan updated look because the whole purpose of the cottage is really for weddings. So this is where the groom and the groomsmen hang out, the bride and her, of course, friends hang out, and this is their place to put things anywhere they want. So unlike the Edgemont house, it's a little bit more simple in decor, but has a really cool vibe and Moroccan feel. So this is the family room. Of course, you gotta have a TV because the guys gotta watch the game. One thing when you're doing Christmas though in the cottage, if you notice, I did more contemporary elements like this Christmas tree. And then the kitchen, I opened up. I love using a counter height kitchen table. I think it's more functional. And added some fresh succulents and just a few little touches of the holiday cheer, and it really does work. Now the main part of the house that I had to work on was, of course, the kitchen. So the kitchen cabinet stayed, but then I tiled everything, brightened it up, all new floors, took out the small refrigerator, did a small freezer and refrigerator, and created a bar so they can also entertain. Now the other rooms, there's 3 bedrooms here. 2 of them we joined with our archway in between. That's where the bride hangs out with all her friends. And then we have a groomsmen room. And then the bathrooms were also updated. So the Edgemont Cottage is a relaxing place where I can hang out or my guests.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Vine A Holiday Hour here at the beautiful Edgemont House.
Yes, and a special shout out to Chris H. Olsen for letting us explore all of the beautiful decorations.
Oh, 21 Christmas trees has to be my favorite part. What about yours?
I love the vintage elements that he added in for the holidays. It's just beautiful.
It is perfect. So to see all of the stories you may have missed on the Holiday Hour, you can check out our Facebook page, The Vine, or Instagram.
You can also go to thv11.com, and don't miss The Vine every weekday morning starting at 9 on THV11.
I'm Laura Monteverdi.
And I'm Ashley King.
And from all of us on The Vine, happy holidays.
And cheers to a Happy New Year.
And I also do things that are low enough.
Sorry.
What happened?
I never heard buffet.
Did I say buffet?
At here at this house.
Oh, tip, sorry. Let's do it again.
Okay. Sorry.
Look at Ashley's teeth. There's a big one.
Portions of The Vine contain paid content. Products and services featured are not endorsed by The Vine.